welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Best pet insurance in New York, 2022. New Yorkers love their pets and keeping them safe and healthy is important. Whether you live in a Big Apple or upstate, your pet could develop kennel cow for boarding, overheating on a 90-degree day off, or calm down with something else that requires a visit to the vet. These incidents are traumatic for a pet and often costly as well. The most serious visit to the vet can cost $5,000 or more depending on the situation. Unfortunately, just under 20% of pet parents would be able to afford a $5,000 vet bill. 31% say they would seek financial options to pay for the care, and nearly half say they wouldn't be able to afford it, according to Policy Advisor. Finding the best pet insurance is a way to often the blow of large unexpected vet bills. Best pet insurance in New York. Here are the best pet insurance companies in New York. Pet Best, great for choice of deductible. Lemonade, best price for kittens and puppies. Many Pets, best for lowest out-of-pocket claims cost. Embrace, best for superior benefits. Vigo, great for short waiting period for accident coverage. Types of pet insurance plans. Pet insurance in New York can be broken down into these main buckets: accident and illness plans. This type of plan offers coverage for expenses related to accident and illnesses, such as coverage for emergencies like broken bones or toxic ingestions, dental illnesses like gingivitis, chronic conditions like diabetes, cancer, orthopedic conditions like cruciate ligaments issues. And then hospitalization, surgeries, diagnostic tests like MRIs and blood tests. And then you're covered whether your pet comes down with an ear infection or sprain its leg while running. Accidents only plan. This type of plan covers only accident-related vet costs such as broken bones or skin laceration. For example, if you're out walking your English bulldog and accidentally picks up a piece of plastic from the street, which gets stuck in his throat, you could make a claim. An accident-only plan costs less than an accident and illness plan since it doesn't cover sickness. Wellness coverage. To keep your pet healthy, you want to visit the vet for routine checkups, flea and ticks prevention, and vaccination. However, preventive care costs can end up. Some pet insurance companies offer wellness and routine care coverage to help pay for some of these expenses. Generally, pet insurers let you add this type of coverage to your accident and illness plan for an extra cost. How pet insurance works? The price you pay for New York pet insurance is typically based on several factors that break down into two categories: the characteristics of your pet and terms of the policy you select. Here is an overview. Pet characteristics. Pet insurance companies consider the characteristics of the pet when deciding how much your New York pet insurance will cost, such as age. Since older pets are more likely to get sick or injured as they age, the cost of their pet insurance generally mirrors these rates. Except pet insurance costs do increase as your pet gets older. Breed and species. Some breeds are more prone to illness and genetic conditions than others. If your pet's breed is at high risk of particular illness or condition like hip dysplasia, you will likely pay more for pet insurance than another breed that is less at risk. Also, it usually costs less to insure cats than it does a dog. Location. Your location also plays a part in New York pet insurance costs because veterinary costs can vary. Gender. There are usually more claims for male pets and therefore higher insurance rates. Reimbursement selections. If you're buying New York pet insurance, you'll typically have a few areas when you pick reimbursement levels. Deductible amounts. Before a pet insurance company reimburses you for any vet-related expenses, you might pay your deductible amount to waive bills. Selecting a high deductible will lower your New York pet insurance costs. Reimbursement level. After you pay your deductible, pet insurance companies will reimburse you for a percentage of vet expenses, which is the reimbursement level. Choosing a low reimbursement level lowers your cost of coverage. For example, selecting 50% reimbursement versus 90% reimbursement can reduce your monthly per insurance bills. Some pet insurers offer 100% reimbursement level. Annual coverage caps. Each pet insurance plan states the total amount that will pay out in 1 year. Selecting a higher maximum payout will increase your cost. Some pet insurers offer unlimited payouts. How to find the best pet insurance in New York? When comparing New York pet insurance plans, take a close look at the benefits and restrictions. Vet exam fees. Every time you visit the vet, you pay an exam fee. Not all pet insurance companies cover this cost. Look for a New York pet insurance plan that cover vet exam fees for visit for accident and illness. Coverage waiting periods. After you buy a pet insurance plan, you must wait a specific period of time before coverage begins. This is the waiting period which all pet insurance companies apply, while one insurance company may offer 1 day waiting period for accident claims. Another may have a 15-day waiting period for accident. Since you never know when something will happen to your pet, selecting a plan with a shorter waiting period is advantageous. Additionally, watch out for extended waiting periods for particular issues like hip dysplasia. 24/7 vet helpline. Sometimes you're not sure whether or not your pet needs to see the vet. Are you or your pet may experience a late night illness. Fortunately, many pet insurance companies offer 24/7 vet helplines so you can determine the best course of action. Pet insurance plan that will pay directly. Typically, you must pay for all the vet expenses upfront. Then you submit a claim, and the pet insurance company will reimburse you accordingly. If the initial out-of-pocket costs give you anxiety, consider a New York pet insurance plan that can pay the vet directly, like Trupanion or Pets Best. You will need to ensure your vet accepts direct payments or has the appropriate processing software if you want to use this pack. Pet insurance discount. Pet insurance company often offer military discount and multi-pet discounts for buying coverage for multiple pets. Routine care coverage. Not all New York pet insurance companies offer a wellness and routine care coverage add-on. If this type of insurance is essential to you, look for a plan where you can add routine wellness coverage. Nationwide Pet Insurance has a plan that includes wellness. New York pet laws. New York requires dog owners to license pets that are aged 4 months or older. The dogs must be vaccinated for rabies. Localities also have their own pet-related laws. Here sampling of pet laws in New York's biggest cities. New York City's pet laws. You must leash your dog in public places in New York City or in open and unfenced areas abutting public places. The leash or chain can be more than 6 feet. Violators may be fined between $200 and $400. If a pet becomes a musician on any public or private premises that are used in common by the public or an area that abuts a public place, you could face a fine by between $200 and $500. You must pick up after your dog in public places, then include sidewalks, glitters and street violation face a $250 fine. Dog owners can bring their four leg friends onto the subway, but they must be in a crate or a container unless they are a service dog. Buffalo pet laws. If you live in a single or double family home in Buffalo, you can have up to 3 dogs aged 4 months and older. If you live in a home with 3 or more units, you can have 1 dog per household. Having more dogs would be classified as a kennel. You have 30 days to get a dog license for any dogs that is aged 4 months or older. Buffalo dog license fees range for guide hearing service for working search, detection, police, or therapy dogs. Dogs must be restrained by at least one of your property. You must keep your pets in a clean and sanitary environment. Provide adequate food, water and space, and remove any vessels left by your dog when out in public. You must prevent your dog from frequent or long continued barking, howling, or other noise. Failure to do so could result in fine $50 for a first violation, $25 for a second violation, is $50 for a third or subsequent violation. Any dog aged 4 months and older than is imported or sex may be subject to mandatory spaying and neutering before being returned to your adopted to another person. Registered pet laws. You can own up to 4 dogs aged 4 months or older registered. If you live in a building with 3 or fewer dwelling units, you can have only 1 dog if you live in a building with 4 or more dwelling units. When you are off your property, your dog must be under your control and are leashed or in a fenced-in area so your dog cannot leave the premises. You should not allow your dog to howl or bark continuously in rosters so that it's heard beyond your property, like for more than 5 minutes between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m., for more than 15 minutes between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m., for shorter duration than the above time frames, but on more than 5 occasions within a 10-day period. You must restrict your dog from damaging or other properties or entering public buildings, restaurants, stores, and cemeteries unless they are a guide, hearing service, or police work dog, you are required to remove any vessels left by your dog in public. You cannot take your dog to firework display. Charlotte Pair Committee is in Rochester. Yonkers pet laws. You must keep your dog on a leash when in public in Yonkers. That leash or chain should next exceed 6 feet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.